Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cam's Collection. Today we actually got the opportunity to see an early screening of the new upcoming movie Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, directed by James Gunn himself. And I can tell you right now, this film was phenomenal. Okay, from beginning to the end, literally nonstop action. And James Gunn, I have to say, is 3 for 3. Guys batting 1,000. It is simply amazing how he can take these misfit characters, bring them all together, and make them our favorite and most fun-loving group, honestly. The music in this film I thought was absolutely amazing. The music was actually composed by John Murphy. John Murphy's done so much in cinema that I don't know how I didn't know John Murphy's name. Okay. He's done musical compositions all the way from Friday After Next to the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn version. So literally it was like any other Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 through 3. It's like a time capsule of musical classics all the way from 1970s into like the 1990s, where they start to mix a little bit of that alternative hip hop into it. And I thought it was absolutely fitting for all the different highlights of this movie. Because, of course, you know, when the music comes in, we know something pivotal in each of these James Gunn movies is about to take place. So let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and talk about the plot. Okay. In past films, we've always seen that we've had everyone's backstory. We know exactly why Drax is the way he is. Gamora, we've seen the struggles with her and Nebula of having a titan of a father, Thanos, and them trying to just, I guess, find a place of their own and not really want to be the evil conquerors that their father wants them to be. From Volume 1, we've actually seen how Star-Lord was actually taken by the Ravagers, supposed to be delivered to his father. So the whole first two films were about all those characters. Now we finally get to see the reason why Rocket is the way he is, right? Why he was such a stone cold, non-caring person. And it kind of gives us a peek into many characters from his past with no spoilers here in this one, but we also got to see many cameos from characters we've seen in Volume 1 and Volume 2, along with some new characters like if from the comic we got to see Walrus, we got to see Jackrabbit. Jackrabbit was called a different name, named Floor. That's okay. We know James Gunn likes to switch things up a little bit, and that's all right. You know, attention to detail, I think, is one thing, but I think making the story your own is another. And that's what sets James Gunn's films away from other Marvel films. And then we, of course, we got to see the love interest, I guess you could say, of Rocket, Lila. I will say that this film was not very grotesque, but there was a bit of animal cruelty in the film. We would just see the transition of the creatures in the film, of how the High Evolutionary was changing them. We wouldn't see like the surgical components and stuff like that, which I thought was okay. We could keep that out because I'm not sure if I would have been able to handle that, or a lot of other viewers, to be honest with you. Or it kind of would have been taken away from being a kind of still a family film, honestly. So you can see the changes that Rocket goes through as just a pup, how he kind of develops this little bit of family within the other creatures that are getting worked on to become higher evolved beings. I honestly think that introducing these familiar characters kind of brings in a lot of those people that are really in depth with the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, but also it kind of explores and it gets to touch on a heartfelt moment for Rocket and kind of just give him his own light and shine, since this is kind of like I want to say the end, but I would say the closing of a chapter within the Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's see. So in this film, it's not only just about Rocket, it's also about Star-Lord. Star-Lord is in a redemption mode where he wants to do anything to do for his friends and keep the family that he has, because looks back and he's lost so much. He's lost his mom in the beginning, right? Then he lost Yondu, right? Yondu took a L, Volume 2. another person. Found out his dad actually murdered his mom. That sucks. And then in Infinity War, he lost his temper, almost killed the universe, right? And lost his girlfriend, or soon to be girlfriend, Gamora, right? And now that we do know that we have a Gamora back in this film, this is not the Gamora that he knows. This is a Gamora from the past. She doesn't recollect or know any of the love that they had, but they had a lot of little reminiscent scenes where they were kind of talking to each other that really reminded us of cameos that were in the first and the second film. And it seems like through the film, something's working up, or something might come to fruition in the future. I don't know. They kind of, you know, are going on their separate ways, a separate path, but they're coming together and having to work on this mission eventually to save one of their friends. So I would say the new characters in this film did an amazing job. I would say that Will Poulter killed it as Adam Warlock. He is a super strong being that basically came out of a cocoon 3 weeks ago. So think of it, his mindset is like of an 8-year-old, right? But his strength is of someone of thousands and thousands of years old. And he shows it within the first 5 minutes of this film that he is a power to be reckoned with. I'm telling you right now, when you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm not giving any spoilers here. This is a non-spoiler review, but I will say this, he is amazing. And then the actor that plays High Evolutionary, Chiwetel Ejiofor, I hope I didn't mess that up. Amazing. Every scene, he commands your attention. 100%. Every line, every quote, everything he speaks, he demands respect through tone and fear. Okay. He's absolutely killed it in this film. And I hope we get to see him. Of course, we're going to see all these characters again in another James Gunn film, because as we know, James Gunn loves to cast the same people. If you're his boy forever. All right, let's be honest with you. If I get in a James Gunn film, I've got maybe 25 films I can easily be in, and I would love that. So James Gunn, if you're on here and you're watching, help me. Okay. But I will literally say this, that this film was a amazing send-off for the Guardians. It sounds like my voice is quivering. It's not. Amazing send-off for this trilogy of movies, honestly. And it has been quoted for a lot of people, and I will say this myself. I will say this is the best trilogy within the MCU so far. Better than the Iron Man, better than the Captain America. Captain America is really, really good. He has amazing films. But this one set it apart, because these are characters that someone really, really wasn't, people weren't really, it wasn't a household name. These characters weren't a household name, right? Of course, like Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Spider-Man, everybody knows those. But they took a group of misfits that people might not really have known about. James Gunn is what I'm talking about. And he made them household names and made them some of the most fun-loving comedic characters that people love to go see in the theaters. And this movie definitely is a tearjerker. It will have some crazy moments. It will have a lot of action, but it always brings you back with that James Gunn comedy. It's subtle, not very over the top, but it is funny little moments. Drax and Mantis relationship is crazy. It's like a beautiful brother and sister relationship at this point. And Gamora's attitude just sets everyone off the rails. And Star-Lord, of course, is hilarious. And Nebula, sarcastic as ever. And then Rocket, he's just being Rocket. Let's be honest here. I will say this towards the end of this review. James Gunn has done it again. And I hope you guys get to take the time to actually see this film, because it is nothing short of amazing. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my review. Please go see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 out in theaters on May 5th, 2023. Shout out to Big Gold Belt Media for giving me the opportunity to see this early screening, one of the partner channels that I'm partnered with. Thank you guys, and shout out to them. Their link will be in the bio, so if you want to check them out and more content that they have, go ahead and go check them out. Great channel, great content, tons of movie reviews and TV reviews. They are incredible. But if you want to see more content on my channel, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification button on Cam's Collection on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you get to see the film. Peace.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.